Welcome to another episode of Massage Practice Insider. My name is Eleanor, pronouns are she, her, and today we're going to be entering part 5 of the imposter syndrome series. Now, this particular video is going to be a little bit different because the video that I recorded for it didn't transfer properly on my computer, and so I am at home recording this, so I made a little slideshow for you guys. So, superhuman imposter syndrome, this is one of the imposter syndromes I tend to experience a little bit more often, along with the expert imposter syndrome, which is the next video. And so this is something I have a little bit more experience with. Now, what is superhuman imposter syndrome? Superhuman imposter syndrome, these are people who tend to feel like a fake or phony when they are amongst their peers. Because they feel like that and they feel like they're fake or they feel like they're phony, they tend to have to prove themselves. So what they do is they take on more projects, they tend to work harder, they tend to push themselves almost to a breaking point. And because they've set a bar from themselves, they work hard to achieve that bar. But the harder they work, the farther that bar moves away from them. And it's because they don't ever feel, I shouldn't say ever, it takes a lot for them to feel like they are worthy of anything. Now, this has happened to me in the past. And so it's something that it is really hard to overcome. It is really hard to step outside of your comfort zone and to say, look, I'm not fake, I'm not phony, and it takes a lot of mental fortitude in order to do that. So this is something that's just really hard for us as massage therapists because it does lead to a lot of burnout. So what this looks like for us as massage therapists is we start to compare ourselves. If you have superhuman, and I'm going to say we a lot in this video because this is almost like textbook Eleanor's brain. We tend to compare ourselves to other therapists. We see somebody else's success and we compare our failures to their success. And because we've had all these failures and we're not focusing on our successes, what happens is we tend to work harder and harder and harder and take on more projects and do more things because we're trying to reach this level of success. But we're not comparing we're comparing apples to oranges at this point. We're not comparing my success to their success. I'm comparing my failures to their success and then trying to work harder to reach their level of success when that really may not even be my level of success. So one of the things that we also need with this imposter syndrome is we need validation. That hard work, I need somebody to tell me I'm doing a good job. I need somebody to tell me, hey, you know what? I really appreciate the effort that you're putting forth with this. I need somebody to come in and say, hey, this is something good. If I don't get that, I tend to either quit or I tend to push harder or I try something new where what I'm doing may be worthy enough of, you know, of what everything is saying. So like this YouTube channel, I love reading people's statements saying, hey, this is what I got out of this. This is what I didn't get out of this. So same thing with my business. My mom is one of my biggest cheerleaders because she knows I need validation, so she'll give it to me. The other person who does this for me that I have as my cheerleader is my husband. He is absolutely fantastic when it comes to giving me validation. And he started doing this before I even really knew I needed it, which is absolutely fantastic. So they need that validation, or they need validation in the fact that they're working hard and like, look, I've got all these projects going on. They feel better about themselves because of that. Now, unfortunately, what happens is when we push ourselves so hard, we've got so many pots on the fire, we have so many things going on. What ends up happening is we tend to end up reaching burnout a lot farther, a lot faster, because we're working really hard, especially if we're not getting that validation, or we're working hard and we see all of this hard work that we're putting in, but we only look at the failures. We never look at those successes and the things that we have accomplished. And so what happens then is we do end up leading more to burnout, whether that is mental burnout or physical burnout, which can lead to injury. All of this can happen. Now, how we can overcome that is the first thing we have to do is we have to know that validation does not have to come from an external source. Validation can be an internal thing. So when we do want to start out looking at our internal validation, the first thing we can do is make a list of our accomplishments. What have we done? And accomplishments can be anything from the accomplishment of I am in a committed relationship and I've worked really hard on this committed relationship. That's an accomplishment. Um, your accomplishment could be I stepped away from a terrible relationship and I walked away from that. And that is an accomplishment. It could be I finished massage therapy school. It could be I've learned these continuing education these continuing education classes. I've really started to work on these things. What you do is you look at your accomplishments. Your accomplishments should align with whatever your goals are for your career. So look at those goals. Start giving yourself rewards for meeting a goal or a benchmark towards a goal. So give yourself, like, okay, I'm going to give myself a mini candy bar every time I finish a video, or I'm going to, I'm going to take an extra 10 minutes in the shower when I accomplish this goal. So you're actually able to then say, look, here's what's going on. The other thing is you can actually look at your look in the mirror and start to tell yourself, look, I'm worth it. And it's that whole what's the quote from The Help? You is good, you is kind. But basically you're looking in the mirror and you're telling yourself, you're worth it. You're worth every struggle that you're going through. You're worth every step in the right direction. This life that I'm creating for myself is worth, going through some of the struggles or whatever that may look like. That can be a form of validation. Now, if we don't have our internal form of validation, which again is very hard to start to accomplish. You may look in the mirror and say things and be like, I don't believe a single word of that, but you did it, and that's important. But one of the ways we can take our external validation and make it more of an internal validation is we can look at reviews. Look at positive reviews that you receive. Read those reviews and say, look, yeah, I am of value to somebody. I am doing good. This is something that is good. And look at those reviews. Now, on the flip side, you may also get a negative review. And the thing I want you to do there is I want you to look at a couple of things. If you're getting a negative review, look at it and ask, is there something that I did that warranted this negative review? Most negative reviews I find are not about what you have done as a massage therapist, what you did in session, is a reflection on either the relationship, the expectations that the client had that we didn't meet, and that's okay. Also, knowing that it is okay that a client doesn't have to like you is a big thing. That's huge. But if you look at it and say, can I, do I need to check in more often with pressure? Do I need to talk less during my session? Do I need to listen more to what the client and focus more on what the client is looking at for me to focus? Or is this something that the client is having a problem with me, and so we're not going to mesh? Is this my issue or is this a client issue? Because there are both out there. So just kind of look at both of those. Now, once you start that internal monologue and you start to look at that internal validation, the next thing you need to do is you need to learn when to say yes or no. Set yourself boundaries, set yourself timeframes where I'm going to work on the business here and here. If there's, if I have to write a blog post and an email and a TikTok and an Instagram and a Facebook posts, is there a way you can combine them? Is there a way that you can reduce the amount? Can you assign that out? Or can you just say, you know what, I'm not going to do this anymore. I don't like Instagram, so I'm not going to be on Instagram. I don't like TikTok, so I'm not going to be on TikTok. I hate sending emails. I'm not going to send those emails anymore on, those weekly emails. Whatever that may look like, you need to choose the projects that are going to work best for you and give you the best return and make you feel like you've done, like not like you're not going to be hitting your head up against the wall. So you know when to say stop. So with that being said, I said this before at the very beginning, this is going to take a lot of time and it is going to take a lot of practice for you to start to overcome this. But it is something that you really can start to overcome and start to do this. I found out about this and I've been working on this for 8 years and I still feel this way. I guarantee when I go to World Massage Festival in July, I will feel like this when I step into the vendors hall, or I go until I find somebody that I know that I know feels value in who I am because I'm in a group of a bunch of amazing massage therapists. Am I really worthy of it? Am I worthy of being there? And I have to tell myself I am. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, you can go ahead and leave those in the comment section below, or in the description box. There is going to be a link to my Discord channel. I have started a Discord channel. Discord is a social media platform where you can come in and you can chat in threads. There are actual where you can do voice. I have 2 channels where you can actually do like talk to one another. So if you have a question and we need to talk, or we want to do a chat, or we want to come in and say hi, or brainstorm something, there is that possibility in Discord. I will put a link to the Discord below. I am on Discord quite frequently, so definitely join, say hi, and I will see you guys there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stick around for the last episode of Imposter Syndrome, and that will be coming out later this week. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.